from Fox 39 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 9 starts now.
A pair of Saturday shootings leaves one person dead and another injured. We'll share more details as Rockford police continue to investigate. Plus, as residents unhook their boats from the docks, law enforcement wants everyone to stay safe. They share the rules that drivers should know before they go. And the holiday travel rush is on in the skies and on the roads across America, fueled by COVID vaccinations and an improving economy. We'll tell you how many people are expected to pass through airport security. Good evening, I'm Alexis Carpello. An early morning shooting turns deadly on the city's east side. Gunshots rang out on 19th Street, not far from the Rockford Rescue Mission thrift store. Rockford police were called for an aggravated battery around 5 this morning. They say a 29-year-old female died from the attack. They didn't provide any details on a potential suspect yet. Authorities say the investigation is ongoing. Another shooting this afternoon sends one to the hospital with injuries. It happened near the intersection of Fremont Street and Brown Avenue. That's north of Brown Park. Rockford police say a 27-year-old female was shot in broad daylight. Her injuries are non-life-threatening. We'll update you with more details on what led up to the attack and potential suspect information when it's available. Police say right now the investigation is ongoing. 2 people are taken to a Wisconsin hospital after a motorcycle and vehicle collide. It happened on Pleasant Street between White and Public Avenues in Beloit. Police are asking residents to avoid the area as they investigate, and they are still investigating what led up to the crash. A proposal to fix the state's FOID card backlog passes out of the House today. Under this proposal, gun owners would be required to submit fingerprints to the Illinois State Police to receive or renew a FOID card. Once fingerprints are submitted and a background check is completed, then a FOID card could be issued. Illinois State Police officials were neutral on this legislation, despite calling for action on the FOID card by the legislature. Republicans, however, disagreed with legislation, arguing that owning a gun is a constitutional right, and the bill only makes it more difficult for law-abiding citizens.
We are making our own citizens second-class citizens in their own state.
This is something we can and must do right here, right now, today. It's been more than 2 years since the Aurora shooting, and the public has been waiting for the Illinois legislature to act.
The bill passed 60 to 52, barely enough to make it through the House. There is another fixed FOID bill moving through the Senate as well. That bill would give cardholders the option to submit fingerprints in exchange for an automatic renewal process, speeding up the process for the ISP. As eager residents are ready to get their boats off the dock, experts share with Michelle Rave some tips to make sure everyone stays safe this season.
Oh, it's been one of the weekends to kick off the summer, so normally there's a lot of boat traffic. This year it's going to be unpredictable just because of how cool we are, but we'll see what it's going to be like.
Winnebago County Sheriff Deputy Stephen Kempen has worked the boat patrol for 15 years. He says the most important part of his job is educating residents about the laws and obeying the signs.
The only reason that I'm stopping you is that area is a no-wake area, which means that if you're making any waves whatsoever other than the bubbling of your engine when you're going real slow.
So I wasn't doing it. Okay.
No, so I know it's a start of season. A lot of people have forgotten.
Community members like Elmir Ladarvik are excited to spend some time on the Rock River.
Well, we're going to be spending it on the water with my best friends here. We're going to enjoy the nice cold water, but have a good day.
And say they make sure to follow the laws like not speeding to keep people safe.
We don't want to create a wake when people are trying to pull in their boats.
Having life vests for every passenger and making sure not to be driving while intoxicated are a few ways to stay safe, and having an emergency contact.
When we have somebody pulled on over, it's just like being out on the roadway. There is a Scots law for the river, for any body of water. So if you see lights going on an enforcement vessel, you need to go ahead and treat that as a no-wake area. That allows us to do our job better and allows for safety of whoever we're dealing with at the time. You've got to be able to contact somebody in case you have boating issues. A lot of them don't know that the Sheriff's Department does have a telephone that they carry with them at all times to answer those boaters that are in distress.
Reporting in Rockford for your home team, I'm Michelle Rave.
It's important to not forget what this weekend is all about, honoring the men and women who died in the armed forces. Today's memorial at Don Carter's Lanes was specifically honoring Vietnam veterans. A patriotic float was crafted by the Harlem High School's welding class. 3 soldiers standing together and a nurse aiding the injured paid tribute to the men and women who gave their lives or were hurt during war. Replica panels listing the names of those who were killed in action, starting with men and women from Winnebago County.
If we don't remember our past, if we don't teach our past to younger generations, they're going to repeat the same mistakes that we made.
The local Vietnam veteran chapter plans to display the float and use it in area parades and other patriotic events for years to come. Americans are eager to get out and celebrate Memorial Day weekend, the nation's first holiday without mask mandates since the start of the pandemic. Fox News correspondent Alex Hogan has a look at the travel surge and why some businesses are worried they may not be able to meet the demand.
It's going to be cold everywhere, so might as well just be here.
Cold and windy weather didn't stop Americans from celebrating the unofficial start to summer. More than 37 million people are expected to travel more than 50 miles this Memorial Day weekend. That's a 60% increase from last year. This comes as COVID-19 cases are declining, restrictions are loosening, and nearly 2 million people are getting vaccinated every day. A much different scenario from 2020 when the pandemic was raging across the U.S.
It feels amazing to be back out here, and just like the way, a lot more normal than it was.
While most Americans are traveling by car, it's not just the roads that are packed. The TSA screened more than 1.9 million people at airport checkpoints nationwide on Friday, a new record since the start of the pandemic. But as air travel has soared, as have incidents of unruly behavior, the Federal Aviation Administration has reported an uptick in dangerous passengers on airplanes, prompting some hefty fines.
I watched somebody push a disabled person out of the way to get on the airplane first the other day, even though they weren't calling for regular boarding, they were calling for disabled people. And I don't know why that attitude has now started to come out.
The surge in travel is a welcome relief for struggling businesses. After being closed for months and then dealing with capacity limits, many business owners are happy to have a busy summer ahead.
We're looking forward to, at least serving more and having more business.
One problem
that was Alex Hogan reporting. In Illinois, 802 cases of COVID-19 are being reported today, including 37 more people dying from the virus. 4 deaths come from the state line. The weekly rolling statewide test positivity rate sits at 2.2%. A state line tradition is back and the engines are revving. How this year's Cruise and Car Show had a new twist involved.
Today felt a lot nicer with highs in the 60s after a couple of really cold days here in the state line. We even have 80s returning in the forecast. Find out when we'll see those coming up in your First Warn forecast. Stay with us.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Alexis, Carpello, David Greenberg, and meteorologist Kevin Doom.
A state line tradition is back in the Forest City. From burning rubber at the track to showing off your ride is all a part of helping a local organization. The day started at the Rockford Speedway, then attendees cruised their vehicles over to Don Carter Lanes for a show. Over 70 trophies are awarded. This is one of the biggest fundraisers for Miracle Mile Rockford. Organizers say they missed having the event last year due to the pandemic.
It's so nice to see all the people out again. So many people have been vaccinated, so you can see everybody's smiles, and it's just a beautiful day, and just nice to be able to showcase the Miracle Mile.
This year, bikes could even be entered into the event for an award. Coming up later in sports, Scott Leber will share more on how the Southsiders were matching up in today's doubleheader with Baltimore. Plus, plenty of sunshine in the state line today. Kevin will let you know what the rest of the holiday weekend will shape up to feel like.
Now your First Warn weather forecast. with meteorologist Kevin Doom.
Well, spring-like temperatures finally made a return to the state line just in time for the weekend. Temperatures were down in the 50s and 40s the past couple of days. Did make it back up into the 60s today. 67 was the high today in Rockford. 59 is the current temperature in Rockford. 53 in Rochelle. 52 in DeKalb. 52 right now out in Freeport. This was about 20 degrees warmer than where we were yesterday. As I mentioned, we were stuck in the 40s all day with wind chills down in the 30s. So today definitely felt a lot nicer out there. Now we had this pretty decent warm up despite still seeing a very cool breeze out of the northeast and out of the east, in addition to some cool winds still being pulled in the middle and upper levels of our atmosphere thanks to some cool northerly winds up there as well. The sunshine, in fact, did most of the work today, but the reason we didn't make it into the 70s today is primarily because of these winds. But if you take a look at our jet stream pattern here, you can see we're kind of right in between this trough in our jet stream out to the east and this ridge out to our west. That's actually the reason why we saw so much sunshine today, because sitting right in between these two results in a very strong system of high pressure down at the surface, really dried out our atmosphere, cleared away all of our cloud cover. But as the system, or I should say as the jet stream as a whole moves to the east, we're going to be under this ridge here in the next couple of days, and that is going to help to bring a lot of warmer air into the state line and warm temperatures back up into the 70s in no time. Now here's a live look over the Rochelle Airport using a Mercy Health SkyTrack. Got a few more clouds moving into the west where this camera is facing, and that resulted in a very pretty sunset this evening. If we take a look at some recent satellite and radar, we hardly had a cloud overhead all day, but now we're starting to see a few more clouds push in from the west, and more clouds will be moving in as we do have a weak system that is currently pushing in from the west. That'll bring us a little bit more cloud cover come tomorrow and maybe a slight chance for 1 or 2 light showers. So looking ahead with our future cast, we're going to remain mostly clear through the rest of the evening and through the overnight here, and even into tomorrow morning. We're going to be waking up to some mostly sunny skies on our Sunday, but through the afternoon, more clouds are going to start to move in fairly quickly. So it'll be more partly cloudy by the afternoon, then mostly cloudy conditions are expected by late tomorrow evening, and then maybe going to see 1 or 2 very light showers in the overnight hours between tomorrow and Monday. Now Monday, we're going to hang on to those mostly cloudy conditions. May see a little bit of clearing though as we head into the afternoon and evening. We'll probably see more cloud cover than sunshine though, but definitely should work in quite a few good peaks of sunshine. But then we could also maybe see 1 or 2 light showers in the afternoon and evening as well, as we have another system moving through mainly to our south, but we could maybe see a few of those showers push far enough northward to drop on the state line. But overall, the vast majority of your holiday looks to be dry and warm as well. Now tonight, temperature is going to drop down all the way into the middle to upper 30s. Those clear skies overhead are going to result in another cool night here, but temperatures are back up in the 70s tomorrow. As I mentioned, lots of sunshine, especially for the first half or so of your day before more clouds start to move in through the afternoon and evening. Temperatures are back in the lower to middle 70s for Memorial Day on Monday, upper 70s for Tuesday. 70s pretty much expected through the middle of the week. We do have another chance for a few midweek showers, maybe a couple of thunderstorms in there as well, and we should return to the 80s just in time for next weekend.
Looks like it's a nice week ahead. Thanks, Kevin. Scott's in next with sports. He says the Cubs keep getting better by the day. He'll show us what they did today against the Reds.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Leber.
The Cubs are in a groove, and it just might last a long time the way they're going. They rocked the Reds today to keep up their hot streak. They had 13 hits. Eric Sogard gets an infield single in the second inning. That brought home Wilson Contreras. Sogard drove in 2 runs today. Jock Peterson had a big day. 2 hits for him and 2 runs batted in. He brought home one of those runs with this hit in the 6th inning. Chris Bryant and Javi Baez each had a pair of hits, and even Rafael Ortega contributed. He had his first career home run right here in the 7th inning. The Cubs making 9 wins in the last 11 games, beating the Reds 10-2. The White Sox are playing some good baseball. Here's game 1 of a doubleheader today against the Orioles. Jose Abreu keeps driving in runs, brought home Tim Anderson with that single. In the 3rd inning, Abreu up again and driving in 2 runs this time. Abreu had 3 hits. He now has 43 runs driven in. Jake Lamb had some good cuts too. None better than this one in the 3rd off Matt Harvey. It was a 2-run shot that put the Sox up 5-1. The Sox beat the Orioles in game 1, 7-4. In game 2, the Sox got some brilliant pitching. Lance Lynn started it. He went 5 innings, did not give up a run, only 3 hits, and he struck out 7. Lynn's ERA is now 1.37. In the middle of the game, Jose Abreu was driving in more runs. He dropped his 2-run bomb in the 5th inning. Abreu's 11th of the season. Liam Hendricks finished up. He slammed the door, locked it, and threw away the key. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. Hendricks got his 12th save, and the Sox swept the doubleheader with a 3-1 win. Well, the Rockford Rivets are ready to play ball again, or at least they have until Monday to get ready. That's when they'll play their first game in Kenosha. The Rivets held their first practice today. About half the team has arrived. The other half will be coming from the various colleges over the next couple days. JT Scarra is back as the Rivets manager. He took over as manager last August and guided the team the final couple weeks.
I definitely enjoyed my short stint here last year. It was a lot of fun, as far as this year, having the opportunity an entire offseason to recruit my own team. It's very excited.
The Rivets' first home game will be Tuesday night against Kenosha. The Rock Valley College softball team will play for its 7th straight national championship tomorrow. The Golden Eagles won their semifinal game today in Syracuse, shutting out Corning Community College 8-0. Hananiga graduate Ashton Milas threw a one-hitter. Those same two teams will meet again tomorrow for the championship. Another Hananiga graduate had a big day. Tony Cassiope won the heavyweight division of the U23 Nationals in Lincoln, Nebraska. That puts Cassiope on the U.S. World Team. He'll compete at the World Championships in Serbia, in November. You gotta love the way the Milwaukee Bucks are playing. They swept the Miami Heat today with another easy win, 120-103. Brooks Lopez had 25 points. Giannis had a triple-double. The Bucks will next face either the Nets or the Celtics. The Indy 500 gets most of the attention in racing this weekend, unless you're a NASCAR fan. The big Coca-Cola 600 will be run Sunday in Charlotte. Kyle Larson earned the pole position today. Rockford native and Hendrick Motorsports Vice President of Competition Chad Knaus is hoping that one of his guys, Larson or somebody, will win the checkered flag.
We as an organization have really put our heads down. We've really focused on performance. We've really focused on teamwork and working with one another. I think that's what you're seeing, is you're seeing a lot of the fruit from the labor and the effort.
You can see that race on Fox 39 at 5 o'clock. We'll be right back.
Here's a look at our first sworn interactive radar, sponsored by Rockford Auto Glass and more. After a nice sunny day here in the state line, nothing popping up on our radar. Do have a few more clouds, though, moving in this evening, but most of the cloud cover will be moving in tomorrow afternoon and evening. So we'll see lots of sunshine for about the first half or so of tomorrow before we get to more partly or even mostly cloudy conditions. Temperatures are in the lower 70s. Shouldn't see any rain through the day, maybe just a slight chance for a light shower through the overnight hours, though, and again through the afternoon and evening on Monday. But again, that is just a very slight chance. Vast majority of us will be dry on Memorial Day with about an even mix of clouds and sunshine, and temperatures back in the 70s for the holiday.
Well, thanks for making us your home team. Have a great night.